No, they can't do that because what they can't do that. They can't do that because they don't know what the source of that money is. Yo, welcome to Elite Tax Talk, y'all. Let's go.
We're back.
You got me, John Onibo.
Ashia Thompson.
Joseph Lang.
And like I said, we are Elite Tax Talk. So let's get into it. This new Biden proposal. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Very controversial, right? I mean, there's a lot of things about it, I mean, everyone is trending. So everyone on TikTok talking about it, asking questions.
You want to break down what we're talking about, what it is?
Popular. So I'm understanding, I believe it's $600. They're gonna be monitoring everyone's banking transactions, I believe it is, or I think their account balance is it, Asha?
So it's what I interpret from it is their account balance. Some people has it as the transactions, but give and take, most people do have on average $600 in their account.
Yeah, I've read two different things about it. I heard they're gonna be monitoring your account for $600 and above, and $600 transactions and above. So I'm still trying to kind of get a clear understanding of what's going on there. But
yeah, but the whole purpose is pretty much to stop, I guess, tax evasion or just pretty much maximize on tax returns.
I mean,
that's what they want.
With crypto on the rise and them not having a solid way to track all these capital gains, I guess this is where.
Well, I mean, nothing about capital gains. It's the fact like.
No, I'm just saying this is one.
Yeah, but I mean, that's one option, right, to kind of stop that. Because the problem is, you have people out there that maybe they make $5 million a year, okay, and they only say, well, I receive in cash 2.5, which is half of that, and they report on the tax return 2.5 million versus gross, right? Gross income 2.5 million for the full $5 million, and that would make a huge discrepancy for the IRS. And hey, what about the other 2.5? That's technically subject to it is subject to tax, at that higher tax rate, and they're technically losing out like $500,000 on taxes off that.
You don't really know what's gonna.
So
well, more than that, but yeah,
I mean,
it's a lot of money.
It's just a proposal, so it's not set in stone yet. But the whole purpose of this 600, whether it's minimum balance or deposits and withdrawals, monitoring people's bank account is for audit purpose. It's to help with the reconciliation of what taxpayers are reporting on their taxes versus what's really going on, because people have been underreporting their income, and it's a big problem for the IRS because we know that that's their revenue, that's what they use to operate, the country. So how is that going to affect business owners and individuals from your standpoint?
So business owners, as I mentioned before, a lot of them, or I'll say some of them, I'm not saying a lot, but some of them have a tendency to say, I made $5 million a year, but I don't want to claim my cash. And so come to me as
so they understated their income.
Understated their income.
Yeah,
they're understanding their income. Yeah.
Coming to me as a tax professional who's been doing this for like almost 10 years now, I always tell clients, right? Listen, and even prospective clients, new, current, prospective, anybody. Look, man, listen. If you made $5 million, you made $100,000, whatever you made, you must report your entire gross revenue. Okay, if you made 100 grand gross, remember you gotta report that. I mean, I don't want to hear that I made cash. I don't want to report my cash. I made 50 grand cash. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear we're gonna report the entire amount, because you would avoid that discrepancy.
Yeah, that's what this provision may do.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you have a good accounting team or an accountant, even when you're working with that knows what they're talking about, really it probably wouldn't even be an issue for you. Now, for business owners, I do believe that those who are having discrepancies already, that they need to have strong bookkeeping. That way they would know discrepancies. That way you kind of avoid that. Now, for individuals, I think.
Go ahead. Well, for individuals, not for just individuals, for everyone, people salty against this topic because it kind of violates privacy.
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
But then, John, remember, and again, not to get political or controversial.
It's not political. It's not.
But in 2021, I think now all these mandates that's going on, and
this is huge.
I think
this is different.
But still, I mean, then they're trying to put it back in this vaccination. They have this now, so I mean, as far as privacy.
I mean, I personally think that 600 proposal is nonsense from my standpoint, because you can just imagine the amount of money Congress, the IRS, they're gonna have to spend a ton of money to do that whole account monitoring because
and what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do to get that money?
get that money to pay individuals because I mean I would assume that around 80% of the people in the United States have at least $600 in their bank account.
So you're gonna
at the end
monitor
of
my
the
account,
day, if you're going to monitor bank accounts with $600, that's a lot of individual work. That's a lot of
You're gonna have
employees
to hire-
that you're going to hire.
exactly.
And then if you're going to send those transactions to the IRS for them to look into stuff, IRS is already short staffed.
Oh my-
They're
yes.
always backed up.
Correct.
So just imagine instituting that now. Where are they going to get that money from
They're
to
gonna
pay
tax.
those
They're
people?
gonna tax people.
It doesn't make any.
taxes
It
gonna
doesn't
go
really
up.
make any
Correct.
sense to
And
me.
that's like I was saying, thinking to myself, honestly, in a real situation, again, not to get the politics or anything, but I personally, and it's a proposal, all right? I personally do not believe that this will get passed. I think this is something that is putting out there, and I could be wrong. I mean, but if it does get passed, then we'll have to do it the best we can as professionals, right? And just make sure our
That's
clients,
true.
business owners, and individuals are taken care of.
I mean-
and like strong bookkeeping. But I think overall, though, I don't believe this will get passed. I believe that this is something they're putting out there temporarily, just to kind of cause a distraction for something else. That's my opinion. But to answer the question, like Asha said, that's a lot of money.
Well, so
Yeah,
that's
I-
what
Good
it's gonna be spent.
bookkeeping itself is not cheap.
I mean,
It's not.
No, just a
I-
lot of money just to hire that personnel to monitor these
Yeah, it's
accounts.
a lot of money.
yeah.
That's
That's
And
a
then
waste of
send out-
money.
And then send out letters. Because technically, sorry to cut you off, but technically, right? Like, if I paid you $1,000, John, right? Technically, you're a 1099 independent contractor, right? You get 1099 NEC. So technically, I'm not sure if maybe they'll even go the route with saying, "Hey, Joseph, you received in deposit this year $100,000."
No, they can't do that because what they can't do that. They can't do that because they don't know what the source of that money is. If I give you $600 because
Maybe it's
So-
a loan. Maybe
a loan,
it's a
something,
gift.
something, a loan, exactly. That's a good, a loan, which isn't taxable income. You can't give me a 1099 for that.
Exactly.
Correct.
So that's what, that's
It's-
where it
it's-
gets.
I think it's an ineffective way to audit people. However, it's a big issue for people who get paid in cash, who underreport their income. If you're a business owner, you get paid cash, or maybe you do accept credit cards. Most people don't report their cash income, and I get why it's a problem there. But then again, to put the whole policy in effect, it's a waste of money from a whole operational standpoint. What the central bank, what the Fed is also working on is a central bank digital currency. So the United States is trying to create their own digital coin. If that gets passed, that will mess up a lot of stuff because then it's going to be a cashless society. We will not have any fiat currency. And if you don't have any fiat currency, every transaction will be done on the blockchain. It will be done electronically. It's like having, Bitcoin as the United States tender. And at that point, they can catch anything they want to catch because if you are not conducting business with cash and it's, you're buying and selling goods with a digital currency, it's a better way to audit, which they are working on. It's not, set in stone yet, but it's something that you could even Google. It's out there. That's what they're working on. I think that's the better approach if you're trying to audit people, but, leave people back.
So what does this mean for tax?
Not that,
What does this mean for tax professionals?
Wait, hold on a second. So going back to what you were saying, I want to kind of touch base before we get back into the tax professionals. You mentioned that if I gave you a loan for like $20,000, $40,000,
Yeah.
it's not taxable, right? But technically under the proposal, I don't know how they would fix that to where
Exactly. That's why it's an issue. If
So
you,
because I mean, or like suppose your mom had an inheritance or something, whatever the case is, say, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you $100,000. It's just for you as a gift. Whatever the case is,
I mean,
I don't know. It's tough.
it depends because, gift, if you're giving anyone over 15,000,
Yeah, it's a limitation.
gift tax return, you're probably gonna have to file a gift tax return. So, it's gonna be tough to really monitor people accounts to say, well, then this is taxable income, this is not. Because
Yeah, correct, exactly.
how are you going to really know? I think it's ineffective.
I think so
It's
too.
effective.
Personally,
But like I
it's
said,
effective.
a potential cryptocurrency would try to solve all that because then
Yeah.
they kind of know, okay, it'll do a better job.
And-
And even
yeah.
then, if you have a cashless society, it'll still roll down to, hey, John, I need a loan. Okay.
It's still- yeah, that would still be an issue
Then
with-
you're still gonna say, okay,
exactly.
here, I'm gonna send you one Bitcoin or whatever, one US coin, whatever it would be, right? I don't know. And
What's
it'll
what's
still be
the
exact
what's the
same
purpose
thing.
for that transaction?
Yeah.
That's what-
Unless each transaction you do, you had to put a note on it. and
I
say-
remember because I know with some of the crypto, in order to send it, a memo is a must. If you don't have a memo,
Yeah,
you
like a tag,
can't
yeah.
send it. So if they could, put ways around it, if they do
If they- yeah.
institute or pass that whole, central bank digital currency, they have their own USD stable coin. They could put restrictions around it. If it's business,
Exactly,
you need a
true.
memo. Personal, you have to make that clear. So if they're auditing, they know what to pick up and
And
what
what
to
not to.
like.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So now going to like we were saying, what does this mean for tax professionals, right? Like I said, so for me, like I said before, for current, future, anyone, our clients in general, it just means for me that bookkeeping is very important. It always has been very important. I tell people all the time, if you're self-employed, not self-employed making 10K a year, you just starting off, but get to a certain level, you need to get bookkeeping because you always have a discrepancy of overlooking your income or overlooking. I mean, how many people say, even myself, without me doing my books, even as a professional, there's been times where I think this year I made 100,000. I don't know. I look
Or
back,
you
I mean,
overstated
First
your
of
income,
all-
though.
first
Especially
of
with
all, I
PPP
think-
and all this stuff involved, you could be overstating your income. There's a lot of people that came and said,
So, some people
that-
don't know what bookkeeping is. I think
"Oh
we
yeah,
have
exactly." You have to go
Yeah.
back
we
to
have
that.
to
People say,
explain that
Yeah,
because
that's
as professionals, we're overlooking the fact that not everyone understands what
right,
it is.
Exactly. Explain to what bookkeeping is.
So bookkeeping is pretty much monitoring your income that is, coming in, your expenses, that's going out, money that's coming in, money that's going out. So you're monitoring your transactions so that you can know where you fall at the end of the year, so that you can get financial statements, so that you can get, your profit and loss, your income statement, your balance sheet, your statement of cash flow, stuff like that. You'll know exactly where you are. So doing bookkeeping helps to even get you to plan for, different projects or,
Investments that you
projections,
guys wanna-
forecasts and stuff that you want to do. So it's very essential that you do bookkeeping as a business owner. But most people,
tend to skip that
they
step.
tend to skip that step. I'd like to file my taxes, but I don't want to do bookkeeping. How am I going to file your taxes if I don't know what you're
Yeah,
making?
it's ridiculous, and I can't stand like I should say where they send you there's a piece of paper, or they say, hey, I think I spent $5,000 on marketing, and so you think, and then you think it says, I have clients that have done this. Look, man, listen, enough of the games. I'm not taking you as a client, and they say, you know what? I'll do your bookkeeping program, and I said, okay, listen, you actually missed. You say you spent $5,000 on marketing. You actually spent 15. You actually missed this. You say
Are you
made
referring to
100,000?
the end of the year-end reconciliation?
Say it again?
Are you referring to year-end reconciliation? Because if I'm coming to you and saying, hey, I think I spent $5,000 on marketing, how would I come up? So you're talking about year-end reconciliation?
Yeah.
right?
So I've had clients who literally write on their piece of paper and say, hey, or in an email, my expenses are $5,000 marketing. I said, okay, there's nothing that bad. I have no receipts. And again, I'm not a person to want to get receipts, but go ahead.
So what's most important here is that, okay, you're talking about year-end reconciliation. Bookkeeping should start from January 1st
Always.
of the beginning of the year. You should be doing bookkeeping from
Correct.
the first month of the year up until that last month. It's not just a year. It shouldn't just be a year-end reconciliation.
Correct.
That takes. I mean, you guys can do that. That's fine for us because we're gonna just charge more when we're doing your taxes because it takes more time. So
Yeah, but I'm just saying, yes, normally, like right now, I tell people to listen. Right now, there's tax planning season. We'll get into that topic as well. But you have to be on a program. Like I just said, you get your cash flow, your profit and loss, your balance sheets. And they can see, okay, well, wow, it is June. I've only made $150,000. I'm under my goal, or so it helps with your goals, helps with your vision, helps
with
a lot of
budgeting,
stuff,
it helps with
yeah,
a
it
lot
helps
of things.
everything.
Yeah.
Like, so you're paying, for a service that's going to help you save money, and with me, I help my clients make more money, right? And we'll get into a different topic for tax planning. It's very, very serious. I took a lot of time.
Yeah.
Don't cheat yourself trying to cut corners a lot of times. I've tried to do that. How many times, John? I'm your guy, right? I'll shoot too. I'll shoot a woman. So as a woman, could you imagine you heard that this hairstylist was doing your hair for $20? You try to cheat corners, and then you ever done something like that? We try to cheat a corner, and then you got jacked up.
Not with my hair, but with other stuff. But it's just essential that as business owners, as individuals, you are staying on top of your finances and even your bookkeeping, because whether Congress passed that $600 requirement or whether that digital currency comes into play, that's going to be crucial to a lot of individuals and business owners. You're going to have to monitor what's going in and what's going out for accurate reporting. So you're going to be forced to do bookkeeping anyway. So if it was something that you weren't practicing, I would advise that you start to do bookkeeping, because at some point it's just going to catch up on you.
As a business owner, don't you want to know how your business is performing on a weekly or monthly
yearly
basis? That's where I don't understand. Like, you don't want, okay, you come to me for tax planning, which we're going to get into, and I'm telling you, okay, we need to start with bookkeeping, and you're saying, no, it's okay, we can do that at the end of the year. That's what I don't. Now, it's different. If you're projecting, okay, this is just a startup business, small business, I'm not going to have that many transactions. I'm only assuming like 15 transactions for the year, then I can understand. But if you have active transactions, many transactions, I don't understand why you wouldn't do bookkeeping.
Yeah, I think I'll be one to do it, but I said I'll be next for another topic for tax planning, But I think that's as deep I can go for
this
proposal
that's gonna.
That's all information I can probably give.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything. That's what I say. If they do approve it, then you guys.
Then we can go into it some more. We can go into some more.
But
right now,
if they don't approve it, then we just know, it just is what it is, right?
And if they don't approve it, remember again, they are working
on something
that could achieve the same goal. So at the end of the day, if you are trying to hide income from the IRS at some point, it's gonna catch up on you. I mean, it's 2021. The time is changing. Technology is booming. Blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, robots, a lot of stuff are coming out. I mean, you're gonna just have to pay your fair share.
100%. So yeah. Blessings. So thank you guys for tuning in on today's topic. Very thankful for that. If you guys have any information, you guys want to get consultations, we will leave our information in the description below. And I'll see you guys the next time, alright? Elite Tax Talk out.